What's up? Hasbro Pulse have announced the two jesters, presenters for Hasbro Pulse Con 2023. The first one is Dan Larson and the second one is Theo Adams, and both of them are as bad as each other. Some of the stuff that Theo has up on his profile and his bio, it's some wild stuff, and then some of the other things that he's posted out there are even more wild. And Dan is competing for that title of weirdest stuff to be posting out on Twitter. Now, it makes no surprise to me that Hasbro have gone with far left activists. It's what they like to do. They have firmly nailed their colours to the mast over the last couple of years. And I'm pointing this out because I think that this could be another eventual Bud Light and an eventual Target situation where people actually look at what this company is up to and say, hang on here. Remember not too long ago they wanted a gender neutral potato head? Remember that one? Remember that absolute fiasco? Not too long ago as well, they decided to remove the Austin St. John portrait from the remastered Power Rangers Lightning Collection Red Ranger figure. Why is that? Well, Austin St. John's actually an outspoken Republican, he is. How about that Mark Ruffalo figure that's coming up there? He was supporting offenders in a tweet not too long ago, wasn't he? Yeah, he was. Is he getting a figure? Oh, he is. They're still released it? Alright, okay. So you see how things work. They decided as well that Gina Carano's figure had to be cancelled immediately because she had an opinion that they disagreed with. But opinions like this, fine. Oh no, you can come on and you can spout away, no problem at all there. The adults and children are like, amazing that, isn't it? Now, I am obviously Irish. I'm from Ireland. I am here in this country and my family have been here for generations. They have. So before anyone decides to say you're an American and blah blah blah, nah, I'm not American at all. I can see common sense and I see sense when I see it, and I see nonsense when I see it, and I want to call it out. I think it's absolutely absurd that people like this guy, who get free toys by the way, and he actually posts about that online, are out there then they're going, oh, we don't like Trump. Okay, well, if you were actually paying for toys right now, you'd actually see the inflation that your dude has caused over the last couple of years. And not only has it affected your country, but it's affected mine and everybody else's country, because you decided to put a fella into office there that can't talk, can't string a sentence together. It's absolutely outrageous. And the fact of the matter is this: you have people that are out there that are in the toy community that are remaining apolitical. You need to stop. If you're Republican, you need to step forward and tell people what's going on. That's why I love Talker Art. He says these things and I'm like, I'm vibing with that man because he knows what's going on, and fair play to him. And a lot of people are too. A lot of people are really looking forward to the next video. And you got these guys then. Talker Art would never be asked onto a stream, he wouldn't. And that's a guy that's way more interesting than this fella will ever be. Fella here, another guy with a lisp. I say this about people all the time. What's the story of these fellas with lisps? I don't trust any of them, I don't. Anyway, Dan Larson here has 14.7k followers on Twitter. So this tweet is up 2 years. So you think that this is going to do mad numbers, wouldn't you? Considering the fact that this is a Trump tweet. And particularly because once you don't like Trump, you're part of the community, you're part of the group, you're part of the clan, aren't you? So anyway, 1,531 likes in 2 years. In 2 years. That's absolutely unbelievable. It's terrible. They're terrible numbers. What's he saying? Today, a ongoing attempted coup in the capital forever cements the flags of sedition. What are you talking about? Are you just parroting what CNN told you to say? Because everybody has seen the videos and everybody knows that was just a couple of people walking around. Yes, there was a couple of people up to argy-bargy that were over there, but that's nothing worse than what was seen during the Summer of Love, is it? You didn't say anything during those, did you? Guys, we got to be out there for George. Thank George. You didn't say anything about what went on there with the looting or anything like that, did you? What about David Dorn? Do you know who he is? Bet you don't. Look into him and see what happened to him. Absolutely tragic. Flags of fascism. This fella couldn't define the word fascism. None of these leftists can, because it's something that they supported for the last couple of years. Wear your mask, guys. Make sure you take the Voldemort, guys. Otherwise we won't get back to normal. Who mandated that, by the way? Oh, it was Joe, was it? What happened to people in the military? People that lost their jobs? Is that not fascism? They lost their jobs, they did, because they didn't want to take something that was experimental from companies that have long histories of criminal behaviour. That's not fascism, is it not? Flags of treason against the United States of America. They should never again fly in the US. Tread on them now and forever. Trump should immediately resign or be removed from office. Now everybody knows what he means by that one. No Republican who supported this should ever be allowed to remain in office. That sounds like fascism. That sounds like fascism. Everyone who encourages it or enabled it should be prosecuted. That again sounds like political policing, which is fascism. That includes the police who stepped aside and let it happen. Let's be honest with each other here. You're the type of guy, right, that would be calling for these people if someone broke into your house. Do you understand that? You would be calling the police so quick that you wouldn't know what was going on, okay? That's it. You wouldn't be following any of this sort of nonsense if someone was rappa tapping on your door and coming in the front door, and you'd be looking at them going, oh guys, hey guys, I'm with you, I'm with the cause. They couldn't give a rat's, mate. You would be calling the very people that you're disrespecting. So what type of flags do we have here? So we have the American flag, and then we have fire around here. Of course, not imagery that's going to be evocative of having any problems or anything like that, is it? But let's have a look at these flags. So I'm not American, I'm Irish, so I'm coming at this from a neutral point of view. Trump 2020, keep America great. What was wrong with that? Well, action figures were actually lower in terms of price at the time, but of course Dan doesn't want to know that because in fairness to him, he's just parroting what CNN have told him to say. So that doesn't matter to him, especially when he's getting the freebies. But Trump 2020, what's the issue there? What was the problem? Have you seen the problem that has happened right now? Last couple of years, your guy can't string a sentence together. Not only that, then they're pushing all sort of weirdo stuff into likes of schools and various places around the country. They're even talking about bringing the nonsense back. And how many of these jabberwockies have you taken, Dan? Have you been taking 4 or 5 of them at this stage? Hope so. Hope you're up to date on your Faucis. So anyway, we'll keep moving on here through the flags. So we've got the Confederate flag here, and they go, oh yeah, that's a bad one there. Do you know who was president of the Confederates? His name was Jefferson F. Davis, and he was a House representative as a member of the Democratic Party. Do you know that? Because I do. I know that. So I'm not sure what you're getting at with that flag. I don't know if that's a cell phone or something like that. I don't know if that's what we call them, but yeah, I think that one could be a cell phone. This one over here, everybody knows what that one is. A leftist as well too, by the way. Let's not forget that. You've got this one here. This is a back the blue flag. This is actually a flag that's appreciative of police officers in America. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly think that people that go out there and put their lives on the line, I think that is something to be appreciated. And considering the pressure that they were under over the last couple of years, I think it's something to be remembered. The fact that these people go out there and do their jobs, and like I said there, Dan, if you were someone that had someone breaking into your house, you'd call them first thing you would, no problem, and they'd be putting their lives on the line for you. It's absolutely shocking to think that this guy like this here, this absolute soy boy, could disrespect people in a profession like that. I have my issues with people in authority, absolutely 100%, because there has been problems here in my country over the last number of years, and like anywhere, there's problems in every country. Nobody is saying that everybody's a good egg. Nobody's saying that 100% of the people within professions are good eggs. But I can tell you what then, when you're looking at tweets like this, I would sincerely look at it and say, well, you're definitely not a good egg, because you don't even know where that flag came from. You don't know where that flag came from either. But you've decided to conflate it with this. Absolute nonsense. And this one too, by the way, because this is an even worse example. Oh, the don't tread on me flag there, guys. Do you know that that's a flag that's actually something that's very important and pivotal for the American Revolution? You know, the one where you actually threw the British out? You know that one? That's kind of important for Americans. So the fact of the matter of this incident is this: you have a number of flags that you don't know what they mean. You have this flag up here that you probably don't know what that means either. You've decided to throw Captain America in here. And of course, Marvel Comics, because it's been infested by far left activists over the last couple of years, is saying and doing things that are to your liking. Not as they would have done in the past. Because in the past, they would have been telling people like you that were trying to enforce mandates upon people, enforce masks upon people, enforce people having to bend to your will for stuff that has got nothing to do with you at all. And this is the type of person that's been hosted by Hasbro to talk about action figures. You got to be kidding me. You got to be joking me. They couldn't have picked two worse hosts. Well, in fairness, they did have your man there, Andre from Black Nerd Comedy, who promoted the Boy Large Mansions on a stream he did and put the poor cast members of the Power Rangers show at the time on the spot, and I felt really bad for them because they're just young people that were like, oh, I don't want any part in this here. They understood what was going on. They understood the assignment. But guys like this is why Hasbro have hired a fella like this, and this is why they've hired a guy like Tew. Okay? They have decided to go full on in on this stuff. And I hope that this is a story that's going to be picked up by mainstream news. I hope this is a story that people are going to look at sincerely, and it's already begun. I've seen the comments on Hasbro Pulse's post. I've seen the comments in various groups, and people understand and they have their own opinion on Dan Larson really quickly. They won't have one on the Tew just yet, but they will. But they don't like this guy whatsoever. And what I'm just saying to you is this: as a company, and I'm not a company man, and to be quite honest with you, I am happy for Hasbro to run themselves right into the ground at this stage of the game, because it's a company that's just totally out of control. But the more times you do things like this, the more times I look and say, that's grand, I'm going to spend less money with Hasbro, and I'm going to look for based independence out there. I'm looking for people to support out there that see reason, that see logic, that understand what's going on, and I'm looking to support people then that are not like this guy. I'm looking to support companies that are not like this guy. That's how I feel about this. As I said, I'm a foreigner, I'm from Ireland, I've lived in Ireland all my life, I'm born and raised here, family spanning back generations. And this is what I say. I see people like this that have become so involved in politics that can't see right from wrong. They can't understand, by the way, this is a fella that's out there been promoting the Voldemorts. That's something that Trump is taking credit for. Imagine having the mental capacity to go through those type of gymnastics that you go, yeah, no problem guys, when our guys do it, but when you guys do it and have started it, no, we're not going to take that at all. It's absolutely insane. That's how people from outside America view things when you post things like these. And when I say people outside of America, people that are thinking rationally about these things. Because like that, as I said, everybody has their faults. Do I think Orange Man is perfect? I absolutely do not. 100% I do not. Particularly because he's taking credit for what I was talking about earlier on. That's a bad idea. But your dude decided to put inflation through the roof, cause problems over there now in Eastern Europe, and deciding now to do all sorts of things that are getting dragged out through the media. And like as I said, it's just made for an absolute mess of things. It's a country now that's in very big turmoil. It's possibly going to be in bigger turmoil over the next couple of years. And this is why, because this guy fundamentally thinks that he's correct about what he's posting, and he has no understanding about what these flags mean whatsoever. And all I am is some foreigner that looked at what these flags mean and I said, this guy doesn't understand whatsoever. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell up above for future uploads. Check out the links posted in the description down below to our channel. I'll talk to you later. Good luck.